Hello everyone, it's been a while. This is part 6 of my Kid Obito Minecraft pixel art tutorial. So we're going to start off with the stone block, so let's switch to that. And let's fly to the top of his headband. And I want you to find the 16 black walls going across. So once you found those, we're going to switch to the placement block and start underneath the left block of the 16 black walls going across. So starting from underneath this block, you're going to count 3 blocks over. So it's not going to be counting, but placing 3 blocks over to the right. So it looks like this. Now switch to the stone block, and with the stone block, starting next to the placement block on the right side, you're going to place 4 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And get rid of those. So it looks like this so far. Now place 2 blocks going down on the left side. So that's 1, 2. And now 4 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left. That's 1, 2, and 3. And it should make contact with the black wall. So let's get rid of that. And now with the stone block, you're going to fill in this single section here, this empty part, with stone. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now let's go to the right side of this headband. So let's go to this area. And I want you to find these 3 sets of 3s going across on the upper level to the left. So that's the first, that's the second, and that's the third. So we're going to focus on the middle set, which is these 3 blocks. And we're going to place 1 stone block underneath the left block of these 3 blocks. So place 1 stone block there, and I'll fly back a bit, so you can see that it should look exactly like this so far. Now from the stone block, you're going to place 7 blocks going down on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And now with the stone block, you're going to fill in this single area here with stone. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to the light gray wool. And with the light gray wool, you're going to fill in this entire space here, including this single space here that's inside the black wool. You're going to fill in these empty spaces here with light gray wool. And you're not going to cross the bottom outline here. You're not going to cross this outline. You're not going to go underneath it. And you're not going to go above this outline here. So this space up here stays empty. Just everything here gets filled in with light gray wool. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. So now let's put away the stone and the light gray wool for now. And we're going to switch to the obsidian, the blue wool, and the light blue wool. And we're going to start off with the obsidian. So now with the obsidian, let's go to the side of Obito's headband. So let's go to this area here on the left side. And I want you to find these 4 black wools going up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Find these 4 black wools going up. Whoops, now we're going to have to switch back to the black wool. Alright, fix that. So once you've found these 4 black wools going up, you're going to use the obsidian, and we're going to start down here. This bottom block of these 4 black wools. So place 2 blocks going across to the right with obsidian. So let's fly back. And it should look exactly like this so far. Now, you're going to place 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now from this area, we're going to move down. And you should see the beginning block, this block of the 30 blocks going across, 30 black wools. So we're going to start on top of this block here. Now on top of it, you place 2 blocks going across to the left. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it should look like this. Now going back to this obsidian block here, from it, you're going to place 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2. Now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. And that's 1. And now with the obsidian, you're going to fill in this single area here with obsidian. So do that now. And once you've done that, it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to the light blue wool, and we're going to move back over here to the first 2 obsidian blocks going across that we placed on the left side. So, starting underneath this obsidian block, so starting from there, you're going to place 2 blocks going down with light blue wool. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it should look like this. Switch back to the obsidian, and now fill in this empty space here with obsidian. So it should look like this. So now let's move back over here to the 4 black wools going up. And let's start from the top block. So from that block there, you're going to count 2 blocks going down. So this is the first block, so that's 1. And that's 2. That's where I want you to be. We're going to start on the right side of this block. So place 1 obsidian block there. So it should look like this. So now what you're going to do from this 1 block is place 4 sets of linked 2s going across on the upper level to the right. That's 4 sets of linked 2s going across on the upper level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. So let's fly down and get rid of that placement block. And it should look exactly like this. Go ahead and pause the video now if you need to. So now let's go back up here. And starting from the very last block that you placed, so starting from that block, on top of it, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1 and 2. So now let's move over here to the right a bit, and you should find these 10 black wools going up. Now, we're going to start from the top block. So starting from that block there, you're going to count 2 blocks down. So this is the first one, so that's 1. And that's 2. Now this is where I want you to be, at this block, and we're going to place 2 blocks going across on the left side of this block. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it should look like this. Now place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. That's 1 and 2. Now you're going to switch to the placement block. And with the placement block, you put 1 placement block on the left side of this block of the 2 blocks going diagonal. So place 1 there. Now switch to the obsidian. And starting underneath the placement block, you'll place 5 blocks going across to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should make contact with this black wool. So let's get rid of that. And now fill this empty space here with obsidian. So do that now. So it looks like this. Now you're going to switch back to the light blue wool. And with the light blue wool, we'll move back to these 2 obsidians going across, the very first 2 obsidians that we placed in this section. And you'll place 1 light blue wool on top of the left block of the 2 blocks going across. So place 1 there. And now place 1 on the right side of the right block of the 2 blocks going across. So place 1 there. So it looks like that. Now from this light blue wool, you place 1 block going diagonal up to the right with light blue wool. So that's 1. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. And that's 1. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. And that's 1. So it should look exactly like this so far. Now switch to the blue wool, and you're going to fill in 4 empty spaces with blue wool. You're going to fill in this empty space, and these 3 empty spaces with blue wool. So do that now. And it should look like this when you're done. Now let's go over to the right side of Obito's headband. So now that you've arrived to this area here, we're going to switch to the obsidian. And with the obsidian, we're going to start up here on the left side of this right section. So find these 3 black bolts going up, and then this 1 block diagonal. And starting next to this 1 block diagonal on the right side, you'll place 1 obsidian block. So place 1 there. Now place 4 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now place 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now find the center block of the 3 blocks going across, so it's right there. It's not too hard. So from the center block, starting on top of it, you'll place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it should look like this. Now go ahead and fill this empty space here with obsidian. And now we're going to move back to these 3 blocks going across. And starting from the right block of the 3 blocks going across, so starting from there, you're going to place a linked 4 sets of linked 2s going across on the lower level to the right. That's a linked 4 sets of linked 2s going across on the lower level to the left, to the right. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. So it should look exactly like this. Go ahead and pause the video now if you need to. So let's go to the last set of 2s that we placed here. And starting from that block, you're going to place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. So that's 1, 2. And now going to the right block of these 2 blocks going across, so starting from that block, you're going to place a linked 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. A linked 2 blocks. So that's 1 and that's 2. So it should look like this. So now let's go back to these 2 blocks going across. So from that block, you're going to place 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the left. 2 sets of 2s. So starting from that block. So that's 1, 2. Whoops. That's 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. And get rid of these. And it should look like this. So now, starting from the right block of the 2 blocks going across here, the last 2 blocks going across, so starting from that block, you're going to place a linked 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. So that's 1 and 2. Now, starting on the left block of these 2 blocks going across that we just placed, so starting from that block, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1 and that's 2. Delete the placement block, and it should look like this. Now let's go to these 2 blocks going across here, not too far from the 2 blocks diagonal, and starting from the left block, so starting from that block, place 2 blocks going down on the left side. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it should look like this so far. So now, from the 2 blocks going down, from this block, you're going to place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. And that's 1. Now place 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. Now place another 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it should look exactly like this. Now, place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. That's 1. Now, fill in these 3 empty spaces here with obsidian. It's actually 4, so fill this, 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 and this with obsidian. So do that now. And it should look like this. Now that you've done that, you're going to move up here to these 2 blocks going diagonal. And below it, this empty space, you're going to fill this in with obsidian. So do that now. So it looks like that. Now you're going to switch to the light blue wool, and with the light blue wool, we're going to move back down here. And I want you to find this space down here, this empty space. And on top of this black wool, you're going to place one light blue wool. So that's one. And now place 3 blocks going up on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now fill in this empty space with light blue wool. So now let's go up, and on top of this obsidian block, so starting from there, you'll place 3 blocks going up. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. That's 1. So it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to the blue wool, and with the blue wool, we're going to move down here and fill this empty space here with blue wool. So it looks like that. And now you're going to fill in all of these empty spaces, even the ones that are going up here and going all the way over here. You're going to fill in those spaces with blue wool. Now, the outline that you do not cross is obviously down here. The obsidian outline, also with the black wool outline. So you're not going to fill anything below this outline here. So it's just everything up here and going up and across to the left. So go ahead and do that. Now fill in those empty spaces with blue wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to, let's put away these first. Let's put away the blue wool, the obsidian, and the light blue wool. And now you're going to switch to the gray wool and the stone. So we're going to be using the stone block first. And we're going to move over here to the left side of Obito. So we're going to start in this area, and we're going to start up here. Underneath these 3 black wools going across, with the stone block, you'll place 3 blocks going across. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it looks like that. And now, starting underneath the right block of these 3 blocks going across, so starting underneath that block, you're going to place 15 blocks going down, starting underneath it. Now, you don't have to count if you don't want to, because if you've done everything correctly so far, all you really have to do is just place blocks all the way down until it levels with this black wool. So now let's go back up. So yeah, the number was 15, if you want to count. So let's go back up here, and starting from this block, the left block this time of the 3 blocks going across, starting from that block, you'll place 3 blocks going down on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now we'll move over, and starting underneath these 2 black wools going down, underneath it, you'll place 14 stone blocks going down. Now again, you can count if you want, just to double check to see if you're doing everything correctly. But if you have placed all the black wool correctly, all you really have to do is just place blocks going all the way down until it reaches that black wool. So now, let's start from the right side of the bottom block of the 14 blocks going down. So starting from there, you'll place 1 stone block. So that's 1. And now from this block, you'll place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1 and 2. Delete those. And let's go back up here to the first stone block. Let's go to this block here, the one that we had placed next to the bottom block. So from this block, you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And now from this block here, you're going to place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3. And should make contact with this black wool. So let's go ahead and get rid of these now. And let's move back over here to this block again, the block that's next to the bottom block. And starting underneath it, you're going to place 6 blocks going down. Now again, you don't have to count if you don't want to. It's just going to end up down here at this black wool. And now place 3 blocks going down on the right side. So that's 1. Oops. Well, that's 1, 2, 3. And now 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2. And let's move up. And now you're going to fill in 3 spaces. You're going to fill in this empty space, and this empty space with stone. So do that now. So fill in those empty spaces, and it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to the gray wool, and with the gray wool, you're going to fill in this empty area and this empty area with gray wool. So do that now. So when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. So let's go over here to the right side, and we're going to work in this area here. And let's go to the top of it, which is these 2 black wools going across, and we're going to start underneath the right block. So starting underneath that black wool, with the gray wool, you're going to place, or not the gray wool, sorry, the stone block, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1, and that's 2. So it should look like this. Now place 5 blocks going down on the right side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now 3 blocks going down on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now place 2 blocks going down on the left side. That's 1, 2. And now place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. Delete those. And now let's go to the bottom area of this section that we're working on. So let's go to these 3 black wools going across, and we're going to start on top of the right block of the 3 blocks. So starting from there, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. That's 1, 2. Now place 2 sets of 2s going up on the right side. That's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. And now 3 blocks going up on the right side. 1, 2, 3. Now place 2 blocks going up on the right side. So that's 1, 2. So it should look like this. Now let's go back up and of this section and find these 2 blocks going down that are making contact with the 2 top blocks going across. So go to these 2 black wools going down, and we're going to start underneath it and place 3 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now place 4 blocks going down on the left side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now place 3 blocks going down on the left side. That's 1, 2, 3. And now you're going to place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. That's 1. And now from this block, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. 1 and 2. And it should make contact with this black wool. So let's get rid of that. Now let's go back again to the same block up here. So from that block, place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And now with the stone block, you're going to fill in 5 spaces. You're going to fill in this empty space. You're going to fill in these 2 empty spaces. And you're going to fill in these 2 empty spaces with stone. So do that now. So once you've done that, it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to the gray wool, and with the gray wool, you're going to fill in these 2 empty spaces here with gray wool. So you're going to fill in this space and this space with gray wool. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. So now let's go to the bottom left corner of Obito's headband. So go to this area here and find the 30 black wools going across. It shouldn't be too hard up here at the top left corner, or top bottom left corner of his face, or the bottom left corner of his headband, whatever you want to dress it as. But From this area, the left block of the 30 blocks going across, we're going to start underneath it with the gray wool. So starting from there, all you're really going to do is place 30 gray wools going across. So essentially you're just placing the same amount of gray wool going across as the black wool goes across. So just place 30 blocks going across. Again, it's the same number as the blocks that are on top. Alright, so now we're going to look over here to the left and do the same thing. This is 10 black wools, so you're going to place 10 gray wools going across underneath it. So it looks like that. So now let's fly back over here to the left side and place 2 gray wools underneath these 2 black wools. So that's 1, 2. Now let's go back to the right. And starting from this block, the last block that's going across to the right of the gray wool, so starting from that block, you're going to place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2. And now place 4 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete the placement block, and it should look exactly like this so far. Now you're going to place 5 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now place 3 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. So it should look exactly like this so far. So let's move back to the 3 blocks going across over here at the corner. And you're going to place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1. So it looks like that. Now switch to the stone block, and starting on the left side of that 1 gray wool, you'll place 4 blocks going across to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's go back to the left side of this area. So going all the way back over here to the left. Starting underneath the left block of the 2 gray wools going across. Starting from there. Place 2 blocks going down with a stone. So that's 1 and that's 2. Now fill in this empty space here with stone. So it looks like that. Now, you're going to be filling in these empty spaces up here that's in between the black wool and the gray wool, only up here. So just fill in these spaces up here with stone block. So do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. So now let's go back over here to the right side and find the 4 stone blocks going across again. And we're going to start underneath the right block of the 4 stone blocks going across. So place 1 stone block underneath this block. So that's 1. So it should look like that. Now you're going to switch to the light gray wool. Now with the light gray wool, you're going to fill in this empty space here with light gray wool. So it looks like that. So now I want you to fly back a bit, and you should see that this is the outline of Obito's goggles here. And what I want you to do is fill in these empty spaces here that's outlining Obito's goggle. You're going to fill that in with light gray wool. Now, let's be clear on something. You're not going to be filling in this empty space. So right now, I want you to switch to the birchwood planks just so there's no confusion. And you're going to fill in this empty space here with birchwood planks. So it looks like that. Okay, so let's put that away and switch back to the light gray wool. I'm gonna outline it just to make sure you don't fill in anything other than the outline. So you're going to fill in this space here. You're just going to follow this path of empty spaces here that's being outlined by the black wool. So just fill in these empty spaces. I'll continue to outline it over here. Then we go up to the left. So it shouldn't be too hard to find these empty spaces. It's not hard at all. So go ahead and fill those empty spaces with light gray wool. So when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now you're going to switch to the oak wood, because why not? I'll let you fill in another area before I end this part. Now with the oak wood, you're going to fly down here. Now this is the chin outline of Obito, this here, going diagonal, then across with the 7 black wolves going across, and underneath it, this is where his clothes begin. These 10 black wolves going across, and then you have blocks going diagonal on each side. So, with the oak wood, you're going to fill in this empty space here between these two black wool outlines. You're just going to fill in this single space here with oak wood. Now, just to give you a heads up, this is just the shadow. This is the shadow of Obito's skin that you can't see because the sunlight is hitting him, so his skin is going to be lighter. It's just that this part of his neck is darker because it's underneath Obito's chin. So go ahead and fill in this area here, this single area here, with oak wood planks. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. Now I want you to switch to the placement block, and with the placement block, we're going to fly up here to the right section up here from the neck, so going up here. And what you're going to do is fill in these empty spaces here, all of these empty spaces. It's a total of 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill in those empty spaces now with the placement blocks. So it looks like that. Now this is just to avoid any confusion. What you're going to do next is switch to the black wool, and with the black wool, you're going to fill in this single area here with black wool, and once you've done that, you're going to fly over here to the right side, and then fill in this single area here with black wool. And once you've filled in both sides, you can go ahead and get rid of these placement blocks. So go ahead and fill in those 2 areas with black wool. Do that now. And when you're done filling it in, it should look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and continue my Kid Obito Minecraft pixel art tutorial in part 7. So be sure to stay tuned in for more Minecraft videos.